So guys, welcome back to Linda's Pantry, and today I get to bring you along for a delicious jam. Now, I picked blackberries day before yesterday. They've been in my refrigerator, washed them, and they've been in the refrigerator. Today I picked rhubarb. Again, this is round 2, and this is every bit as much as I picked the first time around, and I know I'll get another picking before it's all said and done. I have been totally blessed with that one rhubarb plant. It was worth every penny of what I spent on it to get started this year. Because if you followed me for any length of time, you know that I needed the rhubarb. I gotta have it. Anyway, okay, so I'm gonna use all 6 cups of my blackberries. And I've got my pot here. These have been washed. I want all the juice in there and everything. They look absolutely beautiful, but always, you know, as you're looking at them again, double check, because here was that one I could not find that still had a stem attached, and I found it. So blackberries in, that was 6 cups of blackberries. And I'm gonna go ahead and bring you in close because I want you to see how many jalapenos, how many habaneros, all that's going in this blackberry rhubarb pepper jam. Oh, and you're probably thinking, what am I gonna use that on? This is delicious on venison. It's delicious on salmon, on steelhead, you name it. On wings, you've never had wings until you had wings doused in this stuff. It's unbelievable. So let's get to doing this, and I'm utilizing the free fruit that I've gotten from the Great Northwest, and I'm gonna turn it into something delicious, and it'll make great Christmas gifts, as well as, I don't know, I really care about you and I want to show you, so I'm gonna give you a jar of jam. All right, so come on in close and I'll show you
so
how
as I showed you, I have my blackberries down in here, and they're in usually your recipes calls for you know, X amount of cups of crushed berries. Mine are not crushed yet, so after they're crushed, they're probably gonna be half as much as what's in here, or at least 3/4. So I'm gonna be generous with the rhubarb. And I was gonna pour this into a big measuring cup, but we'll just do it this way, rough. And that's 2, we'll get 3, 4, 5, and I need at least 6 cups of rhubarb. So otherwise you don't get enough of the rhubarb flavor in there, and it does take a little bit of time to cook down. So I am gonna use liquid pectin as well as a package of Jell-O. Yes. And all these peppers. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4 jalapenos that I've taken the ribs and the seeds out, and 4 habaneros. I did the same thing. Now, I'm not going to worry too much about this because it's going to macerate down, and I'm going to use the immersion blender on it because we want a smooth jam. So now we need sugar to make it sweet, but you don't want it so syrupy sweet that it's not complementary to the savory part of the spice. So 1, 2, 3, and about 3.5 cups of sugar. Might have been a scant over. I'm gonna get this on the stove and we'll be jamming it up. Okay, come on over and you can help me. I did want to let you know that I added some more rhubarb to this, about 2 more cups. I think each is going to have more or less air and volume to it, and I kind of know from making jam with rhubarb how thick I need it to start with before I, you know, put the immersion blender to it and add my pectin and or continue to cook it down. You could totally cook this down and make it jam without pectin. It's a time saver. And so I did get to go to a store today that's local that has a huge canning section. Like, I've never seen anything like it. I was so excited. I was like, oh, I could be in trouble. Every piece of canning equipment you would ever want, every gadget, anything that you would need for home canning. Books, in fact, Mrs. Wages or Mrs. Wages, however you want to pronounce it, there was a canning book there. I almost bought it. And all of her mixes were there to do easy home canning for those that don't want to worry about doing the spices themselves. And everything I've ever tried from her stuff is delicious, but I tend to like to do my own when I have time. When I don't have time, heck yeah, I'll use her pizza sauce every day of the week. It's delicious. All right, so we're gonna continue to cook this down till that last bit of rhubarb becomes soft. And I can smell the capsaicin. In fact, I should do a little taste because I don't want it so fiery hot nobody can eat it, but look how beautiful that's gonna be. And I do have a plate in the freezer so I can make sure that this jams up, because we don't want another do-over. Okay. Oh, look at that. Oh yeah, that's nice. Little spicy back heat, but not overwhelming at all. In fact, I could throw another habanero in there and be happy. But okay, my jars are sanitized in the dishwasher, staying hot. My lids and rings are gonna be hot, and as soon as I get this wazzed up with the Wazamageda, I will add the other ingredients and I'll show you how that comes along. Okay, so I feel like this is cooked down enough. And the peppers are soft, the rhubarb is soft. Look at that habanero. I love the heat that a habanero gives. Anyway, hopefully I don't have to edit too much of this out. I'm gonna go ahead and give this an immersion blend and make it nice and smooth. Then I'm gonna bring it up to a boil that I cannot stir down. I'm gonna add my Jello, and then I'll add my pectin, and I'm gonna let it boil for 1 minute. And then we'll be ready to jar it up. Okay, so I'm gonna add my Jello in. 2 packages of blackberry Jello, and we're gonna let that dissolve. And I just spilt about a tablespoon of it on the counter. Perfect. But I've tasted this. It has such a nice flavor of heat in the background, and you can see how thick it is already. It's gonna be perfect when we're done. So this is a great way to get a large batch of jelly done. Sorry about that. My oven is beeping because I got a really cool Tex-Mex casserole going in the oven, and if it's a big hit with the family, woo, I'm gonna do a video for you the next time I make it with some of my homegrown stewed tomatoes. All right, so got to get this up to a rolling boil that I can't stir down, and then I'll add my pectin. That's very important. If you're using liquid pectin, which is my favorite, I do not like powdered, because it's the only fails I ever have is with powdered. But look how beautiful that is already. And we'll do a gel test. Actually, I could do a gel test before the pectin, but I've already opened the pectin, so I'm gonna use it. Okay, so this is the rolling boil that you can't stir down. It keeps boiling no matter what. Well, it's almost there. I mean, it gets pretty angry. There we go. Rolling boil that you can't stir down. Put your pectin in at this point, and yum. And stir this, and we're gonna time this for 1 minute. 1 minute and we'll be ready to jar this up. I've got my jars hot and ready. I have my plate that I've had in the freezer and I put a little bit of the jam on there and you just do this. And if it does not run together and close the gap, you are good to go. All right. Gosh, that's so delicious. Oh, I'm super excited. You guys, you gotta try this. The rhubarb and the blackberries pair up absolutely just as perfect as strawberry rhubarb. Okay, let's get to doing this. I'm gonna go ahead with, I've got some hot water. My lids are over here in some hot water and I'm ready to jar. My jars are hot, clean, hot jars, ouch, and ready to go, except for my jar lifter. What'd I do? I need a jar lifter. Okay, I have my jar lifter. Crisis over. We'll go ahead and pour this. And this is a beautiful red berry colored jam. It's absolutely gonna be gorgeous to give away at the holidays. And see, I'm taking advantage of the fruit that's available right now. And you do 1/4 of an inch of head space for jams. When I sold jams in Nevada, boy, I didn't skimp on the headspace. I made sure that everybody got what they were supposed to get. So we're gonna put a lid, a flat, and a ring, fingertip tight, and in the canner it goes. And I know you can't see in the light right now, but I'll get good lighting and show you how beautiful dark red these are. It's absolutely stunning. Well, you can kind of tell by that. Look how pretty that is. And not just stunning, it's delicious. And by the way, that's still right there. Okay, let's continue to jar this up. Okay guys, I'm super excited. I have beautiful jam and I have nothing to put underneath my jar. Oh, and in the light, I don't know. I'm gonna take pictures of this in the light so you can see how beautiful it is in the sunlight. I'll take it in the morning when the light's coming in. It's a beautiful red berry, and it's delicious. So I'm setting this down on a towel on my counter, and I ended up with 4 12-ounce jars. And are you ready? Oh my goodness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 squatty half pints. I love these. These are for gift giving. These jars are a little expensive. You know, they're over $1 a piece, but for gift giving, it's worth it. So I'm gonna put these down. I'll take a picture of all the jars down on the towel when I'm done. And guys, I can't wait to see you next time for another delicious recipe, another canning video. You guys are jumping on board with canning videos, and I've got tons of stuff yet to come here for the rest of the season. Fall is here. I feel like as soon as September hits, fall is here, but doesn't mean that we can't keep canning. I feel like canning season is year-round. Even if you're just canning leftovers from dinner, it can be